So today I wanted to share this with you about why social media is so important for your brand. Okay, so this is actually funny. I recently have this a new client, and he is really not familiar with how social media works. Probably he just knows why social media is important, but he was not sure how social media even works. So this video is for my new client, and then hopefully for other people who don't know about how to deal with social media or why social media is important. Maybe you need to know more about this stuff. So I prepared this video for you. Hopefully this is helpful for you, okay? By the way, hi, I'm Hyein. I am the founder of HY Marketing, helping international brands succeed in South Korea, Japan, and English-speaking markets. So let's dive right into it. So first things first, this is kind of obvious, but you can increase your brand awareness massively through social media. Think about this. If you want to actually make your website on the top of the feed with some keywords, I mean, this is about what we call SEO, search engine optimization, or search engine marketing. You have to pay per click. But if you can actually make some content in social media such as Instagram, Facebook, or even LinkedIn or any other TikTok, you make one content here, the core content, and you can actually repurpose this content into Instagram, Facebook, even TikTok or YouTube if it's short form videos. That means if you have one content ready, you can make like 4x reach at the same time. I know that some of you think that, but there is no intent about like maybe people will not buy the product just easily. Search intent is so powerful than like a social media content. Yeah, this is true, but I want to make sure this first. Doing social media is not about like just one-time purpose. It's more about nurturing process. So when you put your content out there and then your customers see your product or service at the same time, like just once, and then, oh, this is interesting, and they will say, oh, this product is interesting, they can decide like follow or just leave or make a comment or something like that. And then after that, when they actually engaged with the content, or even they saw like just 1 or 2 seconds, like they stopped their scrolling, the Instagram or Facebook or even other relevant social media will keep sending those related content to the audience at the same time. So this is not going to be 1 or 2 times like a journey, but it's more about like gradual journey. But do you know that like there is a rule 8? I'm not sure you heard about this. Like if the audience wants to make a purchase, they at least need to see your product or service at least 8 times. That's kind of like rule 8. So for example, one of your family members saw your product like in YouTube, and then not your product, one of your family members saw someone else's product in YouTube, okay? And then they went to friend's house and then they saw the exact same product there. Oh my gosh, this is like a destiny. And then they instantly, oh, I was interested in about how I can actually buy that item. Can I use that? Kind of like that kind of journey, okay? So they will not purchase just even 1 second or even just one time that actually they saw the product. It should be like at least 8 times they have to see. So you're gonna lessen the customer's journey by showing your product over and over again through social media. And then your goal is to hitting the 8 point and then the 9 point. Eventually they can actually purchase your product or service by showing your product or services through content, okay? So increasing massive awareness is really important, and then you can do for free through social media, right? And then number 2, building trust quickly, building brand trust quickly. So in online marketing, like there are lots of things going on right now. The competition is really fierce, like it's no joke, right? And then one of the things you can actually do is about sharing your stories, why this brand or why your brand is ever important for specific audience, why you need, because we solve the specific pain points for you, like kind of this story, right? So if you don't talk about your product at all, like why it is so important for the specific audience, people cannot find your product, or people cannot realize that why even your product is so worth for like some money. Okay, so that's why it's so important to putting your story out there and then like persuade your customer in a way. And then building brand trust is not going to be possible just through just one simple landing page or one simple website. Because okay, I'm just gonna explain this one like more easier way, imagining that my client is watching my video. Okay, so building brand trust quickly. For example, you go to website and then you see like product here and here. You can see the explanation, but you feel like I'm not sure this is something that I want. Yeah, and then eventually they search for some keywords into like a Google or any other relevant search engines or even social media to see if there is like a relevant reviews or something like that. Or if it was from like a marketplace, like Amazon or like Coupon or whatever, they can actually see the reviews and like all of the like explanation at the same time. And marketplace has its own competition, so this is another like topic, by the way. So building brand trust cannot be done through like your single website or landing page, or even just through marketplace. Although you can actually build trust through like having lots of reviews, but at the same time, they cannot see like some really unique value through just the simple way that you just list your product into the marketplace. Because people usually not read specific all of the things about your product in the like a landing page or website. Rather, they prefer to go to like a social media and then see what kind of like content you've been actually publishing, and then what kind of things that they can actually feel resonating with your product or even your brand. Okay, so it's more about human touch and then building trust. Think about our relationship with somebody and then they mention about blah blah blah, but if it's not really hitting your emotion, or if it's not hitting like what you need, they will not be a good match. So to deliver the right content to specific audience, there's nothing better than actually social media content. It's more about like how you can utilize content with the right targeting, with the right message, but it should not be really long. It should be really concise, and then it should be really resonating or speaking their language at the same time. And then number 3, making contact, inquiry, DM, asking questions easy. So I know you can actually utilize any other like a CRM tool or any other like WhatsApp or even in Korea, Kakao, by the way. But the thing is, we can actually send messages all the time if it's not really relevant enough. And all you can do is through content, and you can actually make them to make a comment there, or even DM to your social media, or even make a questions about your product, like through just content, through social media content. The reason why for this is because there is tactics that actually you can utilize, like follow for more, like those CTA, call to action. That's how we can bring more about like interactions at the same time. But imagine like you go to a website and then buy now, just you go to once and then buy now. Like this is pretty much cold. Like imagine like you walk into some like a shopping mall and then like you met some random guy there, and then the guy talked to me, marry me, like is it a joke or something? Like that's kind of like a feeling. So that's why making contact, if you want to make people to make a contact really easily, having social media and then like with the CTA, like call to action, is really important. So that they can actually ask just without any doubt or without any hesitancy in a way, so that they can feel like, oh, I feel being comfortable here. I want to ask some questions about this product. Oh, I think this product or service is really good. I want to ask more questions, okay? And then number 4, you can make sales and leads continuously and even automatically. So I set this like automatically because there's this kind of system that you can actually put some automation there. Like for example, if you know like a ManyChat platform, you can actually trigger some actions based on like a comment, a certain keywords or something like that. That's how we can actually automate the lead generation process. And then if you put continuously content out there, like your content, your core content here, and then Instagram, TikTok, or even Facebook or YouTube, this is gonna be like a lasting there forever, right? And then this is gonna be continuously bring like a traffic, engagement, and leads, and even sales. So that's why like it's we call content machine. Okay. And then number 5, you can have multiple websites at once. What I mean by this is because like in YouTube or in even like a TikTok, there is a powerful SEO, search engine optimization system works. So this means that when you put your content out there with specific title, and then people go to like a Google or a Naver. Naver is from Korea, by the way. And then you search for keywords here, like for example, social media marketing, and then they click on some video section, and then they will see the lots of YouTube videos at the same time. So there is a SEO effect, search engine optimization effect. And also for TikTok, once they download their TikTok application, they can search for specific keywords there and then see relevant content at the same time. So I want to say that this is like multiple websites that can actually talk about your product or even services, okay? And then number 6, you can make a cold audience to warm audience, or even like you can make them like a to fan, brand fan, okay? So the reason why for this, I mentioned the rule 8. I forgot how the title, by the way. Rule 8. I'm just gonna say rule 8, okay? So once people have been seeing your product like 8 times, they will convert to like a lead or sales. That's kind of rule 8, okay? And then this means for the first time when they saw your product here, this means they are pretty cold here. But once they saw like 8 times, they can be warm audience. But if you can actually put really, really great content out there with the right targeting, with the right message, you can even make them like to be a fan for your brand. Like they just bring all of the audience here. Oh, you need to purchase this or something like that. Those kind of like the power of word of mouth. Okay. I'm not going to share like all of the tactics or tips for like a social media strategy here. So I'm just going to mention that you can make cold audience to warm audience to even like a brand fan. Okay. And then number 7, as I mentioned before, it's totally free. Like imagine you have to buy impressions or reach like for example, 800k views. You can make even through like one short form videos if you have a really professional tactics or like a strategy. But it cannot be actually happened like within 1 month. You should be patient within even like a 3 or 6 or 1 year sometimes, okay? Because if you haven't actually posted any content out there, chances are we need to experiment all of the strategies at the same time. So it takes a time, okay? So imagine you need to purchase like 800k views on advertising, like first, such as like Meta advertising, and you have to actually pay the amount of views actually. But even you're not sure this is gonna work because you don't have any experience about it. So that's why like testing organic content first is really important, and then later you can decide whether you can actually boost your post or even just run your ads into like a Meta or any other relevant social media. I talked about like all about you need boosting post versus like Meta ads, running Meta ads. I'm gonna leave a link here, okay? And then number 8, you can save time to sell your product or service. So what I mean by this is that when you actually sell something just through like a search engine, just they will decide whether they want this product or not just by clicking the link, right? But it can take a time that I'm not sure if I can trust this product or not. Although they can see like all of the reviews or something like that, sometimes like we can feel kind of like a sketchy feelings, right? So, and then even in my case, like if the client who saw already my content on YouTube or even other social media, they are more open-minded than prospectives from like just search engines like listing platforms or even like just search engine my website and then make a like contact or something like that. So you can have more dream customers, dream client through your content. At the same time, you can actually shorter the process about from cold audience to brand fan. Okay, I mean, once they saw your content and then feel like, oh, I wanna really engage with this person or I need this product, they will just likely to pay and then more open to your suggestion later, and then the sales process is gonna be really easy. Okay, and then number 9, you can charge like with confidence. They already saw your content on your YouTube or any other social media, and then they trust you already. So I mean, I'm not saying that you should charge like $1 million like for this like all of your clients or something like that. You should be based on your market price or whatever. So you can just mention about like what's your strategy for them and how you can help them, and then you can mention about this is what I charge, and then you can send a proposal later. Yeah, that's kind of like how that works. But eventually you can charge better with your confidence. And even for the product, like if you're from like e-commerce or like a retail shop, then you can actually put more like a storytelling into your copywriting and caption, and then make people to actually purchase more like a, you know, like expensive one, because we have so much value here. You can actually persuade your customers at the same time. That means you can charge better. Okay. And then number 10, you can automate and then you can maximize your lead gen process. So I mentioned this earlier. I mentioned about the ManyChat. Once you trigger the like a comment here or DM me or something like that, they can actually get automated like links from your kind of automation system, and then they can actually decide whether they want to download or even make a sales or at the same time. So this was like 10 things why you should even consider social media for your brand. Like this was for my client, I guess. I hope it was helpful for you. So to summarize, number 1, you can increase brand awareness massively, and then number 2, you can build brand trust quickly, and then number 3, you can make people to make a contact like DM inquiries or asking questions easy. And then number 4, making sales and leads like consistently and automatically. And then number 5, having multiple websites by using SEO like YouTube, TikTok. And then number 6, making cold audience to warm audience to brand fan. Okay, number 7 is totally free. You don't have to buy any ads for that. And then number 8, saving time. You can save time to sell your product or services. And then number 9, you can charge better. And then number 10, you can automate and maximize your process for lead generation. So I hope it was helpful for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, welcome to my channel once again, and then subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button and like this video. I'll see you later. Bye for now.